Welcome to Ceramic Yacht Masters YouTube, based out of Fort Lauderdale surrounding areas. Today we're showing you guys how to redo a ceramic coating on a 37 Freeman and a Barker Boatworks 26. We're going to be polishing it up, removing the ceramic, and putting on new ceramic. So stay tuned and check it out. This boat got ceramic coated about 2 years and 2 months now. We're going to be showing you guys what it looks like inside, as well as what steps I'm taking to bring back the shine, which it's still in good shape, so it doesn't need too much. We're bringing back the shine, then we're going to be re-ceramicing and then let it go for another good 2 years. The client's not got to worry about waxing it, polishing it, just upkeep, simple maintenance with simple soap, no heavy chemicals. You're not going to be breathing in any heavy stuff, which is the benefits of ceramic coating. So I'll show you guys real quick the first step that I'm taking. I'm using a DA with the Lake County purple polishing pad, and we're using the H9 from Koch Chemie as our cut. And then I'm gonna show you guys real quick one step how I'm going. I got about 5 dots on there spread out. Before I did that, I brushed it out using our brush here. Always try to keep the pad as clean as possible. The cleaner you keep the pad, the best it works and the best finish you're gonna have. So it's key to keeping it clean. So have a brush handy, something like that. And then I always like having 2 towels, one fluffier one and another one. You know, one to go first, take on the bulk of the product, and then the second one to wipe off real nice and clean, make sure it's good. So I'm doing a pretty good, decent section. Sections don't have to go too small, being that, you know, it's not in too bad a shape. So what I do is I do a test spot to gauge how far and wide I can go and still get the finish that I want, as well as how much product I'm using. That way I can then go through the whole boat and make it a fast process. So if I wasn't to do that test spot and look at it with the light, I wouldn't be able to know that maybe I could do this whole section from here to there in one go. If I, you know, that way I can gauge how far I can go, and then it's able to save me time. I'm able to spread out as far as I can go and really maximize my time and get the most work done fast as possible, still giving it the best results, you know. So here we go. I'm gonna be doing the section from right about here to the back, and I'm gonna show you guys what it's gonna look like. Usually I'll tap it on there in a few spots, and then I'll start on one, setting one. And when I go usually on the first one, I'm going light, I'm going pretty hard pressure, and I'm going slow, fairly slow. Compounds work the most and cut the most on the first swipes that you do. And as they go, most compounds, as you go through the steps and work it up to the next speed and whatnot, it starts diminishing. So on my first step, I like to go fairly slow, good amount of pressure, that way I get the maximum cut. And what I do is I'll go up and down the whole way, then I'll cross it, same speed. And what I'm doing is 50% overlap on each step. So 50% of the pad's overlapping each time. Same thing over here. And I split it up like that. For me, it's easiest, I think, move your body than your arms. You kind of keep your arms in the same position and move your body. Will save you all the way around. So now I'm going up to number 2, repeating the same process, what I call cross hatching. And I'm starting to relieve a little bit of pressure. I'm also starting to move a little bit faster. And what's that doing? It's 1, breaking it down and starting to get my finish now. On the first one I got my cut. Now I'm starting to switch over into more of a finish. Going a little faster, a little lighter pressure. Still on 2, crossing it. And then for the final step, I'll put it on 3. But what I'll usually do is, you see the pads all matted out. I'll brush it all out real good, so I'll turn it up pretty high, brush it out, all the dust will come out. Brush it back, you know, get all the hair back looking good, and then I'll hit it on number 3 for the last pass. And that's the way to get the high shine finish, or get it compound or polish to finish the highest. You lighten up the speed, clean off the pad a little. Now you're really just buffing off the top of the surface. The final step, getting the shine up high. You've already cut it pretty good on the first and second one. Now I'm just working on getting the shine. Light pressure, fairly fast speed. Product's all broken down real nice, and it's worked out to a fine polish. And there you go. So now I'm gonna wipe it down with my first towel. Same thing with wiping, I use cross hatching. So I'll go up, down first. This is almost the same process with everything we do, from our ceramic coatings, polishing, compound, everything's cross hatching. Because what happens is when you're working up and down or side to side, you're leaving lines side to side and up and down, the product in between the wipes. So it's best to cross everything. Same technique we use on coating, wiping, polishing. Best way to leave it even. And that's how you want. There's some stuff we gotta get off here, but we'll get that off. So that's what that looks like there in the hole. The whole hole has been polished up real nice. Now I'm just gonna be hitting this top cap real quick, and I'll show you quickly how I do this top cap pretty fast here. It's not in that bad a shape, as you can see. So this one hasn't been done. Imagine 2.5 years. About a year it was indoors inside the shop right here, and then brought out and used here and there. But then for the other year and a few months, it was left outdoors on the West Coast, over near Sanibel, and this is the results after 2.5 years. I mean, that's pretty darn shiny still. So what's great about ceramic coating, if this wasn't ceramic coated, it'd be, you know, a little bit more difficult to remove. It's not much, it's like very light, but still, with it being ceramic coated, the polishing step is a lot faster, a lot easier to do. So here I am, I'm gonna be brushing this out. Try and clean this up as much as possible. Fluffing it back up. When it's laying down matte, that's when it's not working its best. You want it to be nice and fluffed up. So here we go again. I'm gonna do 5 dots on here with the Koch Chemi. We'll do 6, how about that? We're gonna throw 6. And I'm pretty much gonna run from right here. I like to always gauge, I'll get a spot. Right here I'm looking at this rod holder here, and that's where I'm gonna end up. And I know I ended right here on this crease, so always look for points, kind of where I'm stopping and going. It's just best that way, you know, you're not going over steps twice, you're not killing your time, and you're being effective, you know. So same thing, I'll be tapping it on here, on this whole area, wiping it around a little bit, and then I'm gonna start on 1, work my way through all the steps. First slow for a good cut. While the product's nice and coarse and hasn't been broken down yet, it's cutting good right now. There's not too much heat added, so it's still very abrasive, and it's cutting through everything pretty fast. So I like to go slow. Get that first step real nice. That's the most important. I'm trying to overlap as well. That way you don't have any spots that haven't been hit. Stop in here at that rod holder. Now I'm going to turn up to 2. Same process, a little bit faster. I'm not pushing as hard now. Backed off just a little bit. Moving a little bit faster with my arms. It's important you put pressure right in the middle of the polisher on that top part. You see how I got my thumb up there? I'm putting good pressure right on there. That allows me to maximize my cut. Now I'm going on 3. There it is. I'm gonna be wiping it off with our 2 towels. Let me grab this towels right behind you there, Rob. All right. Going through with the first towel, getting a good wipe on it, getting the bulk of the product off. And then we're gonna go through with the second one and make sure we get it all off. There you go. Alrighty. So you can kind of see a good before and after there. It wasn't too oxidized, but check out the difference. So here's the starting point right about here. From here over, and then if you pan back, you'll kind of see just a little bit of haziness and stuff that was there from before, but man, 2.5 years, you can't beat that. It's always best to keep an eye on your work as you're doing it too. That you can see the process that you're going through. You can see if you miss any spots or anything like that. I'm always kind of keeping an eye on your work. You never want to do it blind. Like if it's up ahead, above your head, you kind of want to make sure you get above it. That way you can get a good look at it. So this pad here, they started coming out with 6-inch recently, but they had 7 inches for a while there. So it hangs over my edge there. And what I actually use it for is to our advantage. So if you look inside here, so to get into this little divot here, with this, it kind of allows me to get in there and also polish at the same time all the way around, which is kind of cool. It's good for your corners and stuff. I use it a lot like this. So in my corners, I'm hitting both sides. I'm hitting the bottom flat edge and I'm hitting the top side at the same time. So it does save some time. It helps your corners look good. So it's kind of a little tip that I use. I don't use it all the time, you know. For a while, I just used it because they only had 7 inches, but now they got 6 inch and I still use this 7 inches. So that's kind of a good, nice tip to help you get your corners nice. Another thing is, so this machine is a milli from Rupes. We mainly use only Rupes machines. This milli is a forced action rotation. So no matter how hard I push, it's gonna keep spinning. Unlike, you know, a Bigfoot 21 or a 15, if you keep putting pressure down there or you fall off angle, it'll stop spinning, and then what that does, essentially, it doesn't work as well. I like using these machines for a few reasons. One, my corners are like money because it's never gonna bog out in the corner. I could slam it into any corner really hard, you know, put a lot of pressure down, get that corner looking real nice and fast, super shiny, without my machine ever bogging out. The other reason it does that is because it has an 8mm throw, so it's not moving, the throw isn't too far, that's it, that's all it's got. It's not throwing out too far. So that helps me get the corners nice, also helps me put a lot of force down and get the finish and the cut that I need quick and easy. It's almost like in between a rotary and a DA, and I feel like for boats it's just the best option. Maybe on some flatter areas you might use a 21 to get a, you know, I don't know, bigger flat areas, but overall, if I was to get one machine for polishing, this is the one I would get. I used to use the 3401 for many years on cars and all types of things, and I just found it to be a lot heavier, a little bit harder to use. This one here is the best one I've found, and find it to be the easiest to use and best results. So for boats, I always suggest the Millie from Rupes. So check that one out. Good one machine all overall. They come with 5-inch and 6-inch backing plates, which is awesome. So you could interchange it if you need to, stuff like that. So yeah, check them out. Rupes, Millie, force rotation, great machine. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick how I did this corner. I'll usually drop it down into a low speed, and I'll get into this corner like that. And just that just allows me not to bog out. If I was using a 21 Rupes or something like that, I wouldn't get that same results. It would bog out, and it would, if the throw is too big, it would smack the hell out of this Jelco right here and maybe ding it or ruin it. So with this, having a small throw and that pad hanging off the edge, I'm able to kind of dig in there a little bit. And then of course we go in there by hand and really get around there real good later on. So the process that we use is we get in with the 5 or 6 inches first, then we'll go in with 3-inch machines, and then at the very end we'll go in by hand. Anything that we couldn't reach with the 3 inches or the 5 or 6, we'll go in by hand and make sure that that looking 100. That's important for us, especially ceramic coatings, which is 99% of what we do, because once we leave it like that, it's going to look like that for a good 2 years, you know. And you know, we want the results to last and look its best, and our reputation's on the line, and we want to make sure it looks its best for the clients and everybody else that's looking at the boat or even heard our name about doing boats. So that's how we do it. I'm gonna finish this up real quick, and we're gonna be moving on. I'm gonna show you guys the Freeman inside that we're working on. We're working on a 37 Freeman. It's almost nearing the final stages. We're working on the hull. We have the hull left to finish coating with the second coat, and then we're gonna be doing some non-skid coating as well. But I'll show you guys that in a second. Let me finish this up. All right, so now we're inside. I'm gonna show you guys the Freeman that we've been working on. This one's almost nearing the final stages. We got my wife Brittany up top there. She's doing the final polishing on the motors. The motors we did with the Koch Chemi, and we just have to do a second step. So a lot of the times when you're using Koch Chemi, it won't leave marring on most everything, but sometimes like sensitive stuff like paint, rather than gel, it might leave a little bit of marring. So we're going over with the second step of prep polish and Stark Yacht Care, and with the orange pad from HDO from Lake County, and we're gonna get a nice finish on it. This side already started getting hit, and then we're gonna be going through that. If you look down the hole now, we've already done the full polishing step, and we've done already one coat, which is the base coat from G Technique. And if you can see, that shines real nice already now. The finish is looking real good. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the second coat, which is the topper from G Technique Marine, and that gives it the hydrophobic and all that. So that'll be done. We should be nearing the end of this one about tomorrow, and then finishing up that one about Thursday. We're kind of just finishing them up here, gonna give it back to the client before the Labor Day weekend. Boats will be finished up and be going back to the West Coast and living its life over there. It's gonna be living underneath, they're gonna be setting up some covering for them right on the water, on the lift, so they should get a good 2 to 3 years of protection out of these, being undercover, not out in the sun. The least out in the sun the boats are, the more protection you're gonna get, of course. You're gonna extend that longevity from maybe a 2-year mark to maybe closer to a 3-year mark. So that's the differences of indoor kept boats and boats that are out in the sun full time all the time. full-time all the time, you're getting closer to the 2-year mark of durability as well as shine and no oxidation and all that. So that's one of the things that you want to keep in mind when you're getting your boat ceramic coated to get the life expectancy. I try to put everybody on a 2-year regimen, so every 2 years we come back out, we redo the boats for you, and we'll see you again the next 2 years. After the first time I do the boat, I like to see the boat at a year's mark. That way I can gauge of the maintenance program that you guys are running. We like to set you guys up with a maintenance program, the right soaps, the topper, maybe a light acid wash you may use. But then, you know, from there on, you guys are able to keep that up and keep that going. And if not, we come out to you and we could do a maintenance wash. We offer maintenance washes monthly for our ceramic coated boats, and suggested every 3 weeks to about a month, being that ceramic coated maintenance is brought down to a little bit less. Spotting won't happen as fast, stuff like that, so we're able to extend the maintenance program a little bit farther than you normally would with the wax and stuff. If you were to have a boat wax and stuff, I always suggest every 1 to 2 weeks of a wash, and that's the differences between a ceramic and non-ceramic boat. So take a look down the line. We're gonna go up top also and show you guys what it looks like up top as well. You get an idea. All we got left up top is the non-skid. We're finishing up the motors on the back now, but all we got left up top is the non-skid, so you guys get a look at that. All the metals will be hit. Ceramic coated with 2 layers as well. So every inch of this boat's gonna be done. That way they don't have to use any crazy chemicals, just simple soap, pH neutral soap, nothing harsh, easy to clean. Nothing like cleaning a boat after a hard day of fishing, something like that. Nobody wants to clean the boat. Make your life easy, just get it ceramic coated. All the fish guts, all that stuff is gonna come off with ease, blood, you name it. The best thing about this, when these guys go fishing, they have non-skid on the top there, and we ceramic coat that. And that's a big plus for them. Everything that falls on the boat from the fishing gets just rinsed off super easy. They don't have to go in there and scrub it right away. You can just rinse it off and it comes off, no problem. So if you guys are fishermen, definitely big plus. Ceramic coating on your floors, pretty much all the way around. You're never gonna get all that stuff to stick anymore. It's just gonna come right off. So we're gonna go up there and show you guys now what it looks like. Alright guys, so overall what I wanted to depict today and really show you guys is kind of the process of how ceramic coatings work, what they look like after a couple years, and what to expect and how to redo it. A lot of people always ask, oh, how do you redo a ceramic? Do you have to sand it and stuff like that? No, we don't have to sand it. We just give it a good polish and we recoat it. Overall, it's not a crazy process. It's nice for you guys. You guys will get your boat back looking good and spotless again and protected for another 2 years. You don't have to have us come out every 3 months, 4 months, maybe 6 months to redo a wax or something. We see you yearly. Boat stays looking tip-top shape, and you guys get to enjoy it more, less cleaning for you guys. So that was the biggest thing I want to show you guys, and just overall how we do the polishing steps and get the finish back on these boats after they've been out in the summer heat or in the Florida heat, getting smacked by sun all the time, and the conditions it looks like, you know. And so there you go. Overall, you know, ceramic coatings will make your paint last, look its best, save you guys lots of money down the road between the maintenance, repainting, stuff like that. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. Being ceramic coating for years now here in the Fort Lauderdale areas and surrounding areas, we've been traveling down to the Keys, Marathon Key, West Coast as well. So we're trying to expand into these areas more. So if you guys are on the West Coast of South Florida, say the Naples area, or maybe the Marathon area, Miami area, all the way up to Palm Beach, Stewart area, we're trying to expand into these areas, so don't hesitate to reach out. We specialize in ceramic coatings, and it's mainly exactly what we do, so we know this stuff very well. So we're your guys to definitely put the ceramic coatings on your boat that you spent a lot of money on, maybe millions of dollars on. So expect the best outcome with us, and real professional, honest people. Don't hesitate to reach out. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment any questions you guys have on the approaches I took, or maybe anything that you missed or have questions about. I would be happy to answer any questions. I have a lot of answers for you guys, a lot of knowledge in this field. This is the reason we started this, so look forward to hearing from you guys and speaking about the subject.